And just to give you an example of the print quality of the printer, it's been really, really good. Yo, what's up? Duff here. I wanted to shoot a quick video to give you my initial impressions on the Snapmaker U1. Last time you saw me, I had unboxed and set up the printer. I posted some shorts with the results that I've gotten from the printer. But now I am just under 100 hours of total print time on the U1. So I thought I'd give you an opinion on likes and dislikes after using the printer for that amount of time. And spoiler, it's almost overwhelmingly likes. And just to give you a point of reference, I do also own 3 Bamboo Lab printers. I have that's the P2S, the H2S, and down there is the good old Bamboo Lab A1, my first Bamboo Lab printer. So that is my point of reference when I'm comparing things that the U1 does compared to the Bamboo Lab printers. So let's talk about it. So the approach here is totally different than my Bamboo Lab printers that I just showed you. Instead of having one print head that you have to put all of your colors and types of filament through, each time requiring a lengthy purge cycle to make sure that the nozzle is completely flushed of previous filaments or colors. The U1 utilizes 4 different nozzles, which is awesome. It's awesome, and it's awesome for 2 reasons. For speed and waste reduction. This uses so much less filament than my Bamboo Lab printers. It's crazy. Like, I've been printing things and I'm like, why do I still have filament left? I'm used to being out of filament if I would print something similar on my Bamboo Lab printers, and it's because there's so much less waste. The waste bin on the U1 is right there under the print heads. After 100 hours of printing, that is all the waste that I have. Now it does create a prime tower when you print, you know, which most multicolor printers will do. Although there are ways to have the prime tower be incorporated into the infill of an object, but I haven't bothered to do that because it doesn't bother me to have a prime tower. That is all of the waste that I have otherwise after printing 100 hours on the U1, and that's kind of crazy if you ask me, coming from a Bamboo Lab environment. Fit and finish on the Snapmaker U1, it's good, it's fine. I would say it doesn't feel as polished as the Bamboo Lab products, but it works just fine. Looks good enough, and yeah, I don't have any complaints. I would say that it definitely is a notch below the Bamboo Lab as far as fit and finish goes, but it's not bad, and it works great. Screen has a great color screen. The one negative is it's not adjustable. You know, it's a flush mount into the printer, so you can't adjust it. If you're standing by the printer or below the printer, you can't adjust the angle. Not a big deal for most people. And I did notice that BQ, who makes the Panda accessories, lots and lots of Panda accessories for bamboo printers, they're getting into the Snapmaker U1 game, and they're going to be producing all sorts of accessories for the U1, and I love the BQ Panda accessories and for various bamboo printers, and I have a feeling I'm going to be utilizing some of them on the U1 as well. Build volume on this, bigger than my P2S, 270 by 270 by 270 as opposed to 256 by 256. Not nearly as big as my H2S, but plenty big enough. Have not had any issues with running out of space on the build plate on the U1. This external filament mounting system seemed kind of weird, again, coming from the bamboo environment, but it's worked just fine for me. I haven't had any issues. There's lots of mods. I've seen a lot of people come up with mods to just relocate these and use them in different ways, so you're not locked into using them just in this configuration, but I have not had any issues whatsoever after 100 hours printing this way. Now the downside is these are obviously exposed to the environment. You're not going to be able to dry them in this way, but again, have seen people that have come up with ways to get filament dryers involved with a U1. When you're just printing regular PLA inside in Florida, where I have my air conditioning on almost all the time, I've never had an issue with drying my filament, and I have not had an issue with the U1 either. So yeah, this is different. I think the AMS solution on the Bamboo Lab printers is cool, but this 4 print head solution is even cooler, in my opinion. Another big difference with the U1 is it comes with an open top. Open. The A1 is totally open out of my Bamboo Lab printers, but the H2S and P2S are enclosed. A couple things that affects. Noise. This is noisier than if you have this in the same room. You're going to notice the noise more because it is an open top. It's both my enclosed Bamboo Lab printers are significantly more quiet than the U1. And also this limits your options as far as using higher temperature filaments that require a warmer print environment because it's open. Now there are people, again, that have come up with their own solutions for this, and Snapmaker is going to be selling their own top for this that will enclose it for you if you want to use higher temperature filaments. Again, I don't. Almost all my printing is PLA, so it doesn't really matter to me. But to some people, it will. The build plate on the Snapmaker, it's very, very similar to what I'm used to with Bamboo Lab printers. A PEI coated plate. Have had no issues with adhesion. I haven't had any prints break loose. Works great. Once it cools down, prints pop right off. So build plate has been very good for me. Snapmaker has their own version of Orca slicer. Very similar to, I've used Bamboo Studio exclusively. If you use Bamboo Studio, this is going to seem familiar. There are differences. I think the Bamboo Studio is a little bit more polished, or maybe it's just because I know exactly what I'm doing in Bamboo Studio. But if you know how to do Bamboo Studio, you can make your way through Orca as well, or Snorka as well. I really haven't had any significant issues flopping back and forth between the two versions of Orca. The U1 has a camera, and it's a good quick camera. It's better than I expected. You can record time lapses, all that kind of stuff. We're on the device page right now. So yeah, again, similar to Bamboo Studio, but not quite as, I don't know, not quite as familiar. I don't know if it's as good or just not familiar. But like I said, I haven't had any issue getting whatever I want done. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention that is on the negative side is the lighting that's in here. Not great lights, kind of dim. I did see one of the things that BQ is talking about is auxiliary lighting for the U1. The lighting reminds me of how the lighting was on the P1S, which they fixed with the P2S, but yeah, this lighting is not very bright. Another unique thing is can you see through the back there? It actually has a glass rear, so you can see from the back of the printer as well. Now in my configuration, I'm not going to ever look through that, but depending on your setup, you could. And just to give you an example of the print quality of the printer, it's been really, really good. This is the most recent thing I printed, a floating model. And the great thing about this configuration is it saves so much time because the filament changes are seconds. It swaps colors super fast and just saves so much downtime when switching colors. In some models, I've done comparisons between what the slicer says it would take in the U1 versus one of my Bamboo printers, and it takes anywhere from a half to less than a half, maybe between a third and a half of the amount of time for certain models to print on the U1. So not only is it way faster, but you're wasting so much less filament. So it's faster, and saves filament. That is a really nice combination. And for the money, I think right now, what's it on Snapmaker for right now? $849? Let me check. Yeah, right now this printer is $849. Wow. $849. And yes, I am very well aware of the Bamboo Lab H2C, which is a multi-head printer, which will save you waste. But every comparison I've seen with the U1 versus the H2C, the U1 is actually faster in almost every situation when printing. In two color prints, the H2C could be faster because it has two print heads, permanent print heads. But in any other situation with more than two colors, the U1 is more than likely going to beat it for a lot less money. The H2C is, it's close to double the price of this, right? So yeah, it's hard to beat the value. So there you go. There is my extended thoughts on the Snapmaker U1, and it's been all good. Oh, one more negative thing, and it doesn't apply now because you can just buy them on snapmaker.com. I didn't like the fact that they rolled it out via Kickstarter. Creality used to do that all the time. I just think it's very annoying when companies roll out their printers via Kickstarter. I wish they didn't do that. Bamboo Lab does not do that, and hopefully you don't have to do it in the future. But that was a negative for me as well. But I got the printer now. But I ordered this in September, and I didn't get it until 3 weeks ago, something like that. So it took quite a while. But it seems to be worth the wait. It really does. So yeah, that's it. That's my thoughts on the U1. It's a great printer for the money. It's probably the best value out there within 3D printers, if you ask me. When you combine speed, waste, quality of print, it's hard to beat. I really can't think of a printer that I'm aware of that beats it as terms of value for what you get, bang for the buck. You're gonna have a hard time beating it. It really is a nice printer. So that's all I got for now. If you found this video interesting, please think about giving it a big thumbs up. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please consider subscribing. You could be viewing this on the Duff channel or on Duff 3D. But either way, please consider subscribing. And if you're gonna subscribe, you can hit the notify bell that's over there somewhere. Yeah, over there somewhere. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts below. But that's all I got for now. Snapmaker U1 gets my thumbs up of approval. Feel free to let me know your thoughts about it if you have one already, or if you're thinking about getting one. I'd love to hear your comments. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Duff out.